Russ is asking, what does your analysis show for SPX? Are we at the top or still room to run before the next down move? Okay, so next down move is relative. We should have a pullback in January. So right now, let's go back here to the S&P and just even look at the concept that I just said. If you looked at this and we're going with this whole concept of, again, what I just said, we don't like buying stocks that are at all-time highs, right? So if the concept is this, and we here, I'm saying this is the worst time to be buying. Does that make sense, Russ? This is the worst time to be buying because our goal is to do what? Capture these right here. This is what we want to capture. Does that make sense? So where are we, based on your question, where are we as far as the S&P 500 is concerned? Are we down here or are we up here? Does that make sense? If we look at this chart, up, down, this. Where are we in this picture now? Obviously, we're not down here, correct? So this is where we are. So to answer your question, hey, what do you think is going to happen to the S&P 500? My answer would be I'm expecting it to do what? Come down. And it's going to do that in January. The only issue is I don't know what day in January that's going to happen. But as of right now, when we bought, remember when I said in the beginning, if you guys recall what I said, how many times in a month do I end up buying? Once, no more than twice a month. Because I'm always looking for that bottom that occurs. So when we bought all the stocks that we wanted to buy in December, we haven't bought anything since then. Now we're at the stage where it's like once we clear that all-time high, it's okay, good. Now it's time for us to start managing our positions, take our profits, place in some stops. We don't sell everything. We let the market get us out. But it's time to start placing stops, putting some stops in place, putting some trade management processes in there. I'm not interested in buying the S&P right now. I'm not interested in buying too much of anything right now. But what I am interested in is we'll see market pull back. And here's a funny thing. When that begins happening, guess what? The media is going to come up with all statistics, whether it's the Omicron or a new Delta variant or maybe a Charlie variant this time, or maybe a Tango variant is going to come out. They'll come up with whatever the reason is why this is going to pull back. It's going to happen. I can promise you that. When all that is happening, I'm saying to myself, don't pay attention to that. Focus on understanding when we've hit that bottom, like we know. And then when we see that, because we expect that to happen in January, I'm saying, wow, once I start seeing that in January, I know it's time for me to start buying in January. So to answer your question, Rush, are we at the top or still room before the next down move? I'm saying, generally speaking, we're at the top of this swing. I'm expecting it to pull back.